The biggest roadblock to safety culture improvement is a lack of focus on safety. On this episode, 3 ways you can begin to shift the level of focused attention.
PeopleWork, the human touch in workplace safety. Available everywhere on Amazon. To learn more, go to kevburns.com/peoplework.
Engagement is the biggest problem in the workplace today. The Gallup surveys tell us that 71% of employees are not actively engaged in their work. Now, you'd think that a 71% level of disengagement would be cause for grave concern for companies. I mean, after all, poor safety performance and lost productivity creates a huge financial mess. Companies pay more to get less. Now, you'd think that there'd be a hue and cry from companies to find solutions, but there isn't. It's apparently still not painful enough. I mean, if it were painful enough, companies would be doing something about it. But they're not. And here's why. Because it's an employee engagement problem. It's a terrible name. It's as though it's all the employee's fault that they're not engaged. But employees will only engage in the work if they are engaged in the work. People engage in direct proportion to the level in which they are engaged by their managers and supervisors. Poor engagement from a direct supervisor signals that minimal engagement is good enough. And if the supervisor can't make an effort to engage employees, employees won't engage in the work. Leadership starts with the example you set. If you won't engage employees, employees won't engage in the work. Simple, huh? Lack of engagement is a problem in every corner of every organization. Safety calls this problem complacency. There's plenty to talk about how complacency creates safety incidents, but complacency comes from disengagement. People who are not engaged in their work are not engaged in safely doing the work. For safety engagement levels to rise, there has to be a rise in engaging workplaces, safety meetings, and valuing of employees. People who are engaged in their work tend to make better choices in safety. They pay attention to the work. And more importantly, they pay attention to safely doing the work. When the work becomes robotic or unconscious, there's little conscious focus on safely doing the work. The biggest roadblock to safety culture improvement is a lack of purposeful focus on safely doing the work. So, here are 3 ways you can begin to shift the level of focused attention on safety with your crew and employee teams. Number 1. Give daily feedback. Yes, daily feedback. Archaic annual performance reviews no longer work the way they used to. Annual reviews to address engagement with a workforce that requires daily feedback is counterproductive. Look at the example of social media. People like Facebook because someone is engaging them there several times a day. People like to be engaged in that which they do. Use the Facebook model as a model of how often to give feedback. I mean, at least once a day. Connect with each member of your team and focus more on what they are doing well instead of what they're doing wrong. Rarely are there criticisms of friends on Facebook. Mostly it's positive, and that's why people keep going back. Besides, as a supervisor, you're probably not overseeing so many people that you can't get out and make contact with each one of them each day. So touch each person each day like the really good coaches do. Number 1, give daily feedback. Then the second point is to update the way you do employee engagement surveys. The anonymous corporate surveys are not terribly engaging, and here's why. The information is collected anonymously and then poured over in secret back rooms by a select group of people. A small group of people determine the direction for a large employee base. The questions have been predetermined, and employees can only answer the questions asked. It might not be at all what the employees want to talk about. So disengaged employees think that their employers are only giving the illusion of actually listening. Let me just say here that I give big kudos to the companies that do actually listen. But the focus of the surveys isn't necessarily done the right way. Asking their opinion on what is wrong, but not on how to fix it, misses the engagement opportunity. It's here where companies could be doing a better job of engaging employees. People will take ownership of that which they had a hand in creating. So why not simply ask frontline employees to solve the problems they're supposedly creating? Instead of anonymous surveys, why not get HR personnel out into the field attending safety toolbox and tailgate meetings? Start asking questions, ask for solutions, do it face to face. People don't engage with surveys, they engage with other people. Record the information and the feedback that you get from the employees. You engage to get engagement. Ask employees to offer feedback, and you'll get an earful of ideas. Number 2 is to update the way you do employee surveys. And then point number 3, make your people into top performers. Look, a star employee is usually treated like a valued member of the team. Companies depend on their top performers and their star employees. They're the leaders in the crews. But the question is, how many of your people are star employees? Now, this might be a trick question. If only a handful of your people are considered top performers, you might want to take a closer look at the coach. Might be time to reconsider your own willingness to invest in yourself and in helping to make employees better. As a frontline coach, supervisor, or safety person, get busy increasing the employees' abilities. Give all of your people the chance to become top performers. That means you're going to have to invest yourself in personally helping them to improve. When they do, they'll engage better. Coach them like they're already a championship team. They'll perform like champions. That especially includes making safety one of their guiding principles. Final point number 3, coach them like a championship team. Now, one final thought here. People don't engage with rules. And as a supervisor or safety person, there's little reward in enforcing rules for safety. There is, however, tremendous reward in helping others to become valued members of a winning and highly engaged team. But remember, the team is only going to perform as well as the coach. So engage your team, and they'll engage themselves, safety included.